Hello everybody, welcome to Studios. My name is Magnus, and in this video, I am going to be ranking every Bionicle Toa. So first of all, what is a Toa? Well, apparently, the word Toa is basically, I guess, how you say hero in a Bionicle universe. So basically, these are the heroes of the team, the main protectors of the whole universe. In this video, I'm going to be ranking every single Toa type. Now, here's the thing, there are some rules that I will really quickly go over, which are, I will not be looking at any Glatorians because, well, they aren't even Toa, they're a completely different species. And also, all of these Toa types have to have 6 members. So because of that, the Toa Haga from 2005 will not be included in this video because they only released 2. But with all that being said, let's get into a list. So starting off the list, the worst Toa, in my opinion, will have to be the Toa Hordeca. So here's the thing, these are supposed to be mutated Toa, and they are supposed to look ugly on purpose, but I don't really know if that really saves them at all. First of all, the masks are super weird. I mean, just look at these masks, they're super weird. And I do think the actual torso design up front is cool, and you do have some spinners at the back, just like the Viscerac. So even though they do have some cool elements to them, I just don't really think they compare to the other Toa types on this list. Now moving on to number 8, we have the 2008 Toa Nuva. Now here I'm actually cheating a little bit because the 2008 Toa Nuva were released separately. So basically one half was released with the Fantoga set wave and the other half was released with the Mystica set wave. But because there are 6 released, I still thought I would rank them anyways. So let's start off with the Fantoga Toa, and honestly I do think these Toa look very good. I do love Lua's lime green color scheme, and I do love Pohatu's orange as well. I do think a torso should have had more orange. And I do like the blasters they have, I think they look very cool. And now one thing that's kind of cool is if you look at the masks, you can actually see some similarities with their previous masks, which I do like quite a lot. But now let's move on to Mystica Toa, and these ones kind of fell apart. First of all, I do love the designs of the blasters that these ones got. I do think some of the weapons are cool, but the masks just look super weird. Basically, unlike the Fantoga Toa, the Mystica Toa actually do not look like their previous iterations. For example, Gally for some reason has a robotic eye, which that does not fit Gally whatsoever. And newest mask, well, he does look kind of cool, but still, it's a bit of a strange looking mask. So honestly, these Toa are a little 50-50 in terms of ranking. I do think the Fantoga Toa do look very good, but the Mystica Toa definitely fell apart a little bit. And also, these Toa do have problems with their sockets, but I'm not really gonna talk about that in this video. At number 7, we have the Toa Mari. So these are basically Toa that went underwater, and again, their designs are a little bit hit and miss. First of all, I do love the blasters that they have, and I do love how Kongu has 2, like that quite a lot. And I do also love how Holly has wings. I like that quite a bit, I think it makes her stand out a little bit more. Now if I'm being honest, I do think Nupao's mask being silver kind of is a bit strange. Not sure why that's not black to match the rest of the character, but Haruki is definitely the worst one because the mask is just kinda strange. Not really sure if I like that look at all, but the artists do actually look very decent. So again, these two are a little bit hit and miss, but I generally do think that some of the designs are actually very good. At number 6, we have the Toa Unitors from Bionicle Generation 2. So honestly, I didn't really know where to rank these Toa, so I'm just putting them right here. But as for the figures, I do actually love the designs, and I do love the gold that Tao has. And I do think the silver on some of the others look very good as well, especially on Lua, he looks very good. Now for some reason Kopaga was packaged alongside his elemental creature, which is a bit interesting. but you still think it looks very good. And now of course they can be combined with their elemental creatures, but I'm just focusing on the designs without the elemental creatures on the back. And you also have Golden Mask, which I do think is a nice touch as well. And yeah, that's basically all I have to say about the Toa Unitors, the last Toa that we actually ever got. At number 5, we have the Toa Inika. So these Toa are actually kind of cool. First of all, I do love the light-up swords that you have. I think that's actually kind of cool. And I do also love the ball shooters that they have, and I love how they basically have ammo holders like that quite a bit. So it is kind of interesting how New Pao has his on his shoulder. Kind of an interesting choice. But I do think all of these Toa do look very, very awesome. And I do think all of their masks do look very good as well. So even though these ended up in the middle of the list, I do still think that these Toa are actually generally very, very good. At number 4, we have the Toa Masters from Bionicle Generation 2. So I do actually like the designs of these Toa quite a bit. I do like the modernized take on the original Toa. I just do think they look very, very good. And I do love the weapons that they all have. And of course, these Toa do also come with golden masks. Though I do think the Golden Kopaka does look is a bit too much when he does have the golden mask on. But these sets also included Skull Spiders, which is a nice inclusion as well. And also I do love how Onua is bulky. The thing that actually works quite a bit for him. And all of these Toa do also have some gear functions, which I do appreciate as well. So even though Bionicle Generation 2 didn't really do too well, I do generally think that these Toa are some of the best Toa that we've ever gotten. At number 3, we have the Toa Metru. So these Toa are actually kind of interesting. First of all, I love the muted color schemes that these Toa have. They decided to use more darker colors this time around. I do actually think that makes them look very good. And I do love the mask they all have. And I do love the crossbow that Wakama has. And I do also think that some of their weapons are very good as well. So in my opinion, the muted colors on these Toa do actually make them stand out quite a bit to me. Now coming in at number 2, we have the Toa Mada, the Toa that started it all. So I do actually think that these designs have aged quite well, and I do love how each has a gear function. Really do like that touch quite a bit. And I do like how each of their builds are a little bit different. I do love how Pohatu's torso is actually flipped upside down. And I do also think that the weapons that the Toa have are very good. I especially like how Kopaka has a satellite dish as a shield. Like that quite a lot. And I do also think that the basic colors do work quite well for these Toa. But now even though I do like the designs of these Toa, they are number 2 on this list. So that begs the question, what is my favorite Toa type? Well, if you ask me, my favorite Toa type will have to be the Toa Nuva. So basically what it is, they took the Toa Mada designs and they basically upgraded them very well, I think. So first of all, I do love the mask that they have. I actually do think the updated mask designs do look very good. And I do also love the silver armor that these Toa have. But they also have some cool weapons that actually have some cool functions. For example, Tao's swords can actually become a shield or a lava surfboard. That's actually pretty cool. And also Gali's claws can also be attached to the feet, so it can be like flippers. Lua's swords can become wings. So I do actually think they use the weapons to really great effect here with these Toa. And I do think the designs of them are very good. So if you ask me, I do think that the Toa Nuva are the best Toa that Bionicle ever made. But of course this is all just my opinion, so let me know down in the comments below how you would rank these Toa, or you could just tell me what your least favorite and your favorite Toa type is, because again, everyone has their own opinions. But anyways, that's it for this video. If you like this video, make sure to leave a like, and make sure to subscribe to this YouTube and hit that bell notification button so that you can never know when I upload a new video. So now, and I'll see you next time. Bye bye.